Hey everyone, welcome back to a new r/maliciouscompliance video. I hope you had a great day. The first story is called Just Take Care of It. I used to work at a small third-party cell phone repair store as a repair technician. When repairs weren't waiting or a huge rush of customers swamped the typically two salesperson up front, I helped out in sales. I enjoyed fixing phones and didn't mind helping customers since most customers were happy and excited about a new phone, learning features and stuff. I worked hard and came up with several ideas that earned the company a couple extra grand's profit a month. It cleaned out all inventory they could have sold but wouldn't have gotten any kickbacks from the service provider. The store manager was a bit sketchy on deals and agreements. For example, he went back on his promise that they would work with my class schedule once I started my bachelor's, would tell one customer one thing but break that rule for another, stuff like that. He would contradict himself between customers. I could never figure out a pattern or what the unwritten rules were for each customer. And he hated each time I would ask clarifying questions as I attempted to learn what rules guided his decisions so I could learn how to do it myself. On my last day working, because I was returning to school and so he made me quit, it was a complete pandemonium on a typically slow Saturday. Even the store manager was working with customers. But my shift was ending soon. I had been helping customers all day up front as quickly and efficiently as I could when an older customer and his also old son came in. The father, in his mid-90s, wanted to activate a new account. But he wanted to use his personal phone, a very old phone I wasn't sure was still compatible with our towers. They were both very kind and very patient with me, understanding the complete chaos they walked in on. For new customers, it's not policy that they have to buy a new phone, so long as the device is compatible. But the manager almost always touted the policy of requiring a new phone with a new account. The manager waived this rule all the time for his personal friends and family, but nobody else. It's also a $35 fee to activate a phone unless an employee activates a loaner phone during longer repairs. Again, another rule often waived by the manager, only for his family and friends. I got a small kickback for new accounts and phone upgrades, regardless of the activation fee. And the store got a much bigger kickback from the service provider for the same things, so long as the activation fee is charged. While setting up the older gentleman's account, the customer flow trickled down to nobody except my customer. After getting his address and personal information, I found an old plan type I had never seen before. It came with 1 gigabit of data, unlimited voice and text for only $10 per month plus tax. Perfect for the customer, but the plan, not the customer's phone, would have earned the company any bonus money. Unsure if the company would get any kickbacks, I asked the store manager to look over the account before I submitted the final account creation. He snapped, "Just take care of it and get out." So I did. I gave the customer the $10 plan, waived the activation fee, got him set up and walked out of there forever. The manager called me the next day, asking if I could work another couple of weeks. Nope, I have classes, and that was the last I heard from him. The next story is called Leave Me Alone. I work at a hospital as a receptionist person. It's as rough and chaotic as you'd think it is. A lot of people don't like hospital food and so they order delivery service to have food brought to them. That's fine, but the delivery person can't actually come up to the room. It has to be left with us and we fill out a form and take it to the patient. There's one piece of information that is so incredibly important: your room number. For those who may not know, delivery people only see your first name and last initial. And that is all the information they can give me. So if I don't have your room number, chances are that I will not be able to find you based on just your first name. A few nights ago, a delivery man came in with $30 to $40 worth of food. The name was a super generic male name like John A. And, of course, no room number. I asked the delivery man if he could call the customer and he said that he would. Before he could even say hello, I heard some yelling on the other end. The delivery man let me know that the customer said, "Why are you calling me? I don't want to talk to you. Leave it with the front desk and leave me alone." You don't want to talk to us? Even when we are trying to find you so we can bring you the food that you paid for? Fine. I very happily let the delivery man know that I would take it from there. I placed the food on the counter where deliveries go and it sat there for 4 hours. The food got cold and the milkshake turned into a sugary, lukewarm slime. But it gets better. 4 hours later, a nurse came down and asked if we had food for John A. I told her we did and showed her the bag of food. She examined the receipt and said, "Oh, he can't have any of this." What did he buy? 2 burgers, a chili dog, a side of fries and a large chocolate milkshake. If he wasn't a jerk and gave us a room number, there would have been a solid chance that someone would have delivered it to him without his nurse realizing what he got. But because he decided he was too good to speak to us lowly peasants, he had to send his nurse to collect the now cold food that he had been waiting for, only to have it taken away. The last story is called Another Customer That Got Exactly What He Wanted. I was working as a supervisor for a major cable and internet provider. I was working the 6 PM to 2 AM shift and it was somewhere around 10 PM. At that time of the day, we've got an absolute skeleton crew as nothing much is going on. There's me, 1 other supervisor and maybe a dozen customer service agents. There's absolutely nobody else customer facing in the building. As the senior supervisor, I'm in charge for the night. If something super important comes up, it will be dealt with by someone higher than me in the morning. I have a gentleman transferred to me that asked to speak to a supervisor as we wouldn't install cable at his house until he paid the balance he had not paid on his previous account at a different address some months back. He wasn't currently a customer of ours, he owed us money before we'd let him be a customer again and he was one of the biggest jerks I've ever talked to. All in all, this means I've got a lot of leeway to work with, as keeping a non-customer happy that's actively trying to not give us money was not one of our higher priorities. So we don't need all the back and forth here. The first half of this was basically him trying to not pay us and me saying he needed to. Polite on my end, not remotely polite on his. He eventually asked to speak to my manager and now we get to the fun part that I'll give you as best as I remember. Listen, let me talk to your manager. I'm not happy with your attitude. Right now. To this point, I've given him 0 attitude. I just given him answers he didn't like, but politely and professionally. He's been fighting for a position in my top 5 rudest customers already. If you would like to speak to someone else, I can certainly get you someone, but my manager isn't available right now. No, don't give me that. I want him right now. Do you understand me? I'm sorry, but I mean he worked the morning shift today. He's literally not in the building and won't be until 9 tomorrow morning. Would you like him to call you back tomorrow? No, I don't want him to call me back. Okay, fine. Shut up and listen really carefully. You're at one of those big call centers, right? I want to talk to the highest ranking person in the building. You got that? Well, sir, currently the highest ranking person in the building is talking to an upset person on the phone. Then here is what we are going to do. I'm going to wait right here with you until they are off the phone and then I'm going to talk to them. You understand? I'm not waiting for someone to call me. I'm not waiting on hold. You are staying right here and don't talk to me until that call is over. Are we clear? Do you think you can handle that? Totally clear, sir. I'll be right here being quiet. Feel free to check on me anytime. So, 99% of my job involves being on my PC, mostly helping the agents through our in-house instant messaging program. I do that for roughly an hour, while this guy barks at me now and then to make sure I'm still here. I tell him that I am, he grumbles, I wait, this continues until he said, "Okay, I'm not waiting on this phone any longer. The second that person is off the phone, you have them call me at this number, okay?" Immediately, I don't care what time it is. No problem at all, I'll make sure that happens. So he hangs up. And me, doing my job exactly as he asked, while being the highest ranking person in the building, I call him right back as fast as I can dial the number. He, of course, is first confused then really upset as I explained that he got exactly what he asked for. Why didn't you tell me that? You didn't ask. You told me to shut up, to listen really carefully and to do exactly as you said to, while I was trying to help you myself, trying to get you someone else, trying to do my job in any way I could. I followed your instructions to the letter, as you demanded. Now, was there anything I could do for you? Profanities ensues, then he hung up. Another customer who I was happy to comply with. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope you have a great day. Stay safe. Bye bye.